Hi, welcome. I have a new training routine. It's so interesting with its variety and so fun with challenge that I look forward to it rather than dreading practicing. It's about core shooting skills. As a result, I'm definitely improving. I think you should know about it. In this video, I'll just show the basics. In future videos, I'll expand on each segment. There's a mix of old with some important changes and new, and the combination is terrific. Let's get started. I'll start with a practice routine that should be familiar to most of you, shooting a ball up and back to try and have it come back exactly to your cue stick. I'm adding the nuance of using a striped ball with the stripe aligned to show extra information about side spin, whether I can achieve making it come back with no wobble or little wobble on the stripe. I'll do this exercise for, I don't know, 3 minutes. It depends on how well I'm doing. If I get 5 in a row that look really good, I'll stop there. If I'm not doing so good, I'll spend more time. I also work on trying to refine any elements of my stroke, remind myself of how to do things. It's a warm-up. Faster can be a problem. It has topspin and hits a rail and jumps. Like that. 30-degree cut. Next, I do spot shots. I do them both from left and right. I have the angle set up to be a 30-degree cut, so the aim is simple. Half ball hit, aim the center of the cue ball at the outer edge of the object ball. You can use it approximately the way I have set up, or you can use an aim right or some other tool to figure out the 30-degree angle. You should evolve to shooting at different speeds. I shoot a pair at what's I'll call a comfortable normal speed. Then I'll shoot very fast, a pair, and then very slow. That's what you should evolve to, but this is very, very important. Start with just shooting a comfortable speed. Feel at home with it. Really learn it well. Start getting good at making it at a very high percentage. Get the feel of what that is. Then as you vary the speed, don't go dramatically different. Shoot a little faster and then shoot a little slower. And then extend that to where the differences are quite dramatic. That's a way to ease into it. You might be surprised to hear that for me, the very slow shots have actually caused me more difficulty than the high-speed shots. I repeat any missed shot until I make it. And you might consider, if you're really struggling with something, to just work on that for a while. I do this drill until I've made 14 shots, 7 pairs at different speeds. First normal, then fast, slow, normal, fast, slow, and then normal. The next is a stroke drill using side spin. So long rail to long rail, a line on a pair of diamonds, then set up balls as targets. When you start, do like this, set up 3 to give yourself a wider target, and then evolve to 2 and then to 1. Do this even if you're a relative beginner. I'm not advocating that you shoot with side spin. Rather, this is to learn to stroke well. It also teaches you how far you can go out towards the edge of the ball and not miscue. Make sure you chalk up well and have a well-prepared tip, of course. Pay a lot of attention to how you line up the cue stick so that your cue stick, as much as possible, is straight across, not aiming at an angle. And then freeze your position after you shoot and look at your cue stick position then. It should also be straight across. Watch out for arm swerving or twisting or wrist twisting or other maneuvers to try and put spin on the ball. Your goal is to learn to shoot straight through. There's always been controversy about the topic of follow-through and quality of stroke. All I will say is I find that some ways that I stroke does not get reliable side spin or not nearly so much, and other ways do. I'm not sure I understand exactly why, but what you need to do is learn what it takes so that you can get consistent at it. In one practice session, I just do one direction of side spin. Then on the next time I come out for practice, then I do the other direction. The next drill is Joe Tucker's 10 across drill. You set the 10 balls up as shown. Start with this version first, where the cue ball is on the center line between the side pockets, and you can do a ball in hand to put it any place you want along the center line. The other modification to make things simpler at first is to be allowed to shoot the 10 balls, any of the 10 balls, into either of the nearby corner pockets. You see, this is a drill that's using a lot of stun or draw and often side spin. Uh, if you're really new, don't use side spin, but learn to cue below center and start getting some stop shot or stun shot action and a little bit of draw.
Now I'm going to completely mess up position on this shot. So what do? You could shoot it over again and try and do better position. But when you're struggling with this drill, you should allow yourself a certain number of not only do-overs, but ball in hand. So let's just say we'll take ball in hand and pick up from here. Ball in hand along the center line. Now, I encourage you to try this shot, but for many of you it'll look very difficult. So try it once or twice, get a little feel for it, then put it back up and do ball in hand again on the center line. Now this shot can be way too hard for you. Either there or here is difficult. Again, try it. I'm not going to show it trying it right now. I'm just going to say you should try it a couple times. See if you can get close. Then come back and do ball in hand here. And I encourage you on at least one of these shots to try follow. Cue above center. And have the cue ball come down and hit that rail and bounce off.
The next and final drill is to shoot a 5/16 hit, which corresponds to 43.4 degree cut angle. You'll definitely want to use an aim right to set this up and practice it first, using it to help set the cue ball at the right place so that it's the correct angle and so that you can use its aiming aids. This shot is really good because you no longer have an aim target where the center of the cue ball has to be aimed outside of the object ball, and you have to learn some method to learn to judge such cuts. There are many aiming methods, and then there's no aiming method, pure judgment. You need to learn to find a way for yourself, and here's a start. Use the aim right to show you where the correct place is, and then develop consistency, being able to make shots there. Start by only shooting comfortable medium speed shots. Only evolve to higher speed and lower speed after you get comfortable with a medium speed. Then remove the aim right so that you no longer have its aiming aids. Use a donut to mark where the cue ball position is if you can't remember it, and then try shooting that way. As I said, there will be follow-on videos, but those videos will mean very little to you unless you have experience with this. So the next time you're at a pool table, go out and do this. Do the whole set. I don't mean one or two, I mean the whole set. They're synergistic. Then the next time you're out, do it again. It builds. Trust me. See you next time.